Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Shotgun snap. He's blitzed. Throws a dump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. Singular touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Shotgun snap. He's blitzed. Throws a dump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. Singular touchdown. The handoff to Anderson. They want the out route. It's a double move. It's sold well. Groves catches it 15-10-5. Touchdown. Fake the out. Went down. Shotgun snap. He's blitzed. Throws a dump ball into the end zone. Groves. He caught it. Singular touchdown.
Free music and the Will Cody in the Morning Show bring you all of your news local in and around Franklin and Simpson County. Hey, I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you so much for joining us here for some Wildcats athletics. In particular, the Lady Cats softball team coming to you live right now from the home of the Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers, the Lady Toppers softball complex, for some 4th region action as your Lady Cats are getting set to take on the Warren East Lady Raiders in what is turned out to be a rubber match. Before we get into that, I do want to say thank you to my producer back in studio, Miss Kendra. Thank you so much for being there. Appreciate you so much. Doing all that you do, making the show go off without a hitch like always. Now, with all that being said, we do appreciate you listening to us, whether you're listening on 92.3 FM, the WFKN app, or if you went to 923WFKN.com and just smash that listen live button, or if you're tuning in on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for being here with us, and what a tremendous season it has been to this point for your Lady Cats. I think this is the most wins in a season over the last 4 years that we've had that I've been covering the Lady Cats. As it sits right now, your Lady Cats are 23-15 on the season. I do believe that is the most by a couple of games. But man, it has just been so much fun. And here right now, it is win or go home. Those are the stakes for your Lady Cats as they are getting set to take on the Warren East Lady Raiders in this opening round of the 4th region tournament. We just saw Barron County take on Todd County Central and defeat them in a 7-5 loss through top 7 innings here. We got to watch a lot of that one as we are running a little bit behind. They told us a little bit ago that the first pitch would be at 5:50, but I do think that we are going to start this one off a little bit early with my 2 favorite words in all of sports, which are, you guessed it, play ball. They're getting ready to get started right now. Wow, listen to that Franklin-Simpson crowd erupt. What a contingent that we've got here right now. That's one thing about our fans, man. I just love you guys so much. You all travel so well and root for your kids. And I love doing the same, man. We're just having a great time here. Good to see all of our radio counterparts. Got to see some old friends and everybody here. This has been a pretty great time. We're talking here right now about honoring our veterans. Thank you to each of our veterans. We're clapping for them right now here on Memorial Day. Memorial Day, not just about a cookout. I know that's the That's a thing that you see a lot of on social media, but it's absolutely true. Now, let's get to some starting lineups, and we'll begin with the visiting Warren East Lady Raider. Leading off can be shortstop number 11, Kaylee Jones. Catcher number 1, Jordan Brooks. Second baseman number 25, Autumn Brooks. Followed by pitcher number 10, Tristan Lindsay. Followed by third baseman number 8, Kinley Barrick. Then center fielder number 3, Brooklyn Neville.
Number 15, Eddie Smith. Number 18, Alina Ortiz. Number 16, Eddie Connell.
Then it's going to be designated player number 14, Ada Childress. Then right fielder number 7, Layla Gosnell. Then left fielder number 28, Emery Ratliff. And then not hitting, but in the lineup playing first base, number 15, is going to be Avery Gidcombe. Now, for your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats, it's going to be shortstop number 8, Chloe Smith. And then going to be second baseman number 2, Addie Shelton. Then it's going to be center fielder number 17, Jaden Coe. Then it's going to be catcher number 6, Lily Ferguson. Then going to be first baseman number 25, Presley West. Then it's going to be designated player number 13, Piper West. Then third baseman number 2, Kylie Scott, pardon me. Then it's going to be left fielder number 1, Ansley Holland. Then we're going to go with right fielder number 9, Sloan Anderson. So, these two teams, they faced off for the first time at Franklin-Simpson on April 20th. That game ended in a 15-11 win by your Lady Cats. Then, on May 14th, so not even 2 weeks ago, they went to Warren East and faced off there. And Warren East won 7-6 in 10 innings. That was a huge win for Warren East. Warren East is currently 16-20 overall. They finished 10-11 in the region and 3-6 within their district. Now your Lady Cats, they finished 23-15 overall, 11-6 in the region and 7-1 in their district. Good enough for 7th in the region, whereas Warren East finished up and 10th in the region. Now, as your Lady Cats are the home team here tonight, they will be taking the field first. Your Lady Cats in the royal blue tops with white letters and numerals, with the white ball pants and the pinstripe pants as well. Now, here's the change for your Lady Cats. We've seen a whole lot of 7th grader Piper West starting from the circle. But here tonight, you're going to get Hester Blankenberg starting from the circle tonight. Hester, a little more experience. She had an injury that kind of derailed her season, a neck injury, and she's had a little bit of slow coming back from that. So we're going to have Piper in the designated player position, hitting in the lineup, as she's a .323 hitter with 6 RBIs on the season, so she's a very capable 7th grade hitter. But Hester, with a little more experience, as she had last year pitching and this year pitching as well, she is going to get the start from the circle. Hester's got a 4.11 earned run average. She's got 49 strikeouts to 32 walks. She's got an 8-9 win-loss record across 78 1/3 innings with 16 total starts. Now, as far as the opposing pitcher for the Warren East Lady Raiders, you're looking at Tristan Lindsay. Lindsay started both games for the Lady Raiders when they were at Franklin-Simpson as well as Warren East. She's pitched 84 innings in total, 52 strikeouts, 50 walks, 7-11 win-loss record, and a 5.5 earned run average. Now, with all that being said, here comes the leadoff for Warren East, shortstop number 11, Kaylee Jones. Kaylee Jones is a .452 hitter with 23 RBIs for the right-hander. A different atmosphere for both of these teams. Here's the first pitch, low and inside from Hester Blankenberg. We're set up here in the booth at the Western Kentucky University Softball Complex. Dead center. Here's the pitch. Ball 2 inside. 2-0 is the count. After thought that one might have went off the foot of Jones. Jones with a knee brace on there. Popped up. Can Ferguson get to it? Helmet off, and she squeezes it for out number 1. Great work there by Lily Ferguson. Showing great pop ability there from behind the plate, getting the mask off. And Lily squeezes it for out number 1. Now, here comes the catcher, number 1, Jordan Brooks. A traditional slap hitter, meaning that she's taking an extra step before she even gets out of the box, just trying to get it down there, because if she can get moving down the baseline, then there's a high quality chance that she's going to beat out whatever possible throw comes at her for the left-hander. Goes ball outside. A really difficult out for the catcher. She hits .492, and that's why. She's got a ton of speed. Wind up in the pitch. Goes ball a little low and outside that time. Ball 2. Brooks, we've seen her have some success against the pitching of the Lady Cats. Here's the pitch. Strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Nice work there by Blankenberg to get into this one. Count goes 2-1 here on the top of the first. We did get started about 10 minutes earlier than we anticipated, so thank you for being with us. That's sent to Chloe Smith. She throws it on the run, gets it there just in time for out number 2.
The second baseman, number 25, Autumn Brooks.
Now here comes another Brooks. Autumn Brooks, a .383 hitter with 17 RBIs. I've never spoken to anyone from Warren East, but I do assume that they are sisters. They look very similar. She is a junior. Right-handed hitter, though, compared to Jordan. Here's the pitch. Popped up. It is looking like it's going to be out of play. Ferguson squeezes it for out number 3, right up against the net, and it does not hit the net. It stays in foul territory. What an opening inning for Lily Ferguson behind the plate. That's a position that she has not been in all season long. She only started on senior night for her first trip to the catching position. So what a phenomenal job there by Lily Ferguson, squeezing 2 foul ball pop fly outs there from behind the plate. What a phenomenal time. We're going to take a 30-second break this time, and we'll be right back with you for more on your Lady Cats right here live on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors. My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people.
Inning, your Lady Cats with a big-time top of the first, going 3 up, 3 down against Warren East here in the opening round of the 4th region tournament, being held right here at the home of the Hilltoppers, Western Kentucky University. What a good time this is so far. We'll have to see if your Lady Cats can get the bats moving. Leading off for your Lady Cats is going to be shortstop, number 8, Chloe Smith. Now in the win at home, Chloe led off with a home run to get things started. She has homered in both games. She had 2 in the one at home. That leadoff home run, as well as a bottom of the 6th grand slam that put your Lady Cats ahead permanently, 15-11. She also homered in the one at Warren East. Tristan Lindsay, who she's facing now, pitched in both games. Goes ball 1 high and outside. Now Lindsay did pitch all 10 innings in the win at Warren East. That was a 7-6 walk-off win. Here's the pitch. Goes ball way high. That one looked like it slipped out of the hand of Lindsay. Shout out to your baseball Franklin-Simpson Wildcats. Hopefully they are getting set to go over at the baseball field at the Nick. Ball 3 inside, 3-0 count. Chloe with a state record 50 walks on the season. Nobody likes to pitch to Chloe Smith. There's a reason why. Ball 4. Lady Cats are in business with a base runner. Not only is that her 51st walk of the season, nobody wants to pitch to her. She is also 30 for 30, not talking about ESPN documentaries, 30 for 30 on stolen base attempts. Now here comes second baseman, number 2, Addie Shelton. Here's the pitch. Ball 1 high from Lindsay. 5 straight balls from Lindsay. You would look for her to just put one across the plate right here. So we'll see if Addie's ready or not. Smith does not go, stays put. 6 straight balls now from Lindsay. Took a long breather right there. Turned around and just looked like she stared off into center field for a moment. 7 straight balls from the starter for Warren East now. 3-0 to Addie Shelton after 4 straight. Smith will be staying put, I'd imagine. Here's the pitch. There's strike 1. Comes across the outside part of the plate. Not quite set up dead center behind the plate, but a little off towards the left-handed batter's box. Here's 3-1 count. Grounder towards third. Barrick's got it, fires over to first, and the first baseman, Gidcombe, picks it up just in time. Dropped it out of her glove and then barehanded it up to make the out. Coach Cottle just double checking. Wanted to make sure she picked it up in time and had control before the runner crossed first. Smith advances to second either way. Yeah, call confirmed. She was out. Nothing wrong with just getting a little extra right there. Just making sure the umpires are aware you're keeping a close eye on things. Now here comes center fielder, sophomore Jaden Coe, a .331 hitter with 29 RBIs. You'd love to see her make it 30 right here. She takes strike 1. Lady Cats got one in scoring position after the grounder to third from Addie Shelton. Moving the runner. That one's past third base. Out into left field. Chloe Smith is going to stay put at third. Jaden Coe delivers. I've said it many times. Probably the most emotional player on the team. Just gets all kinds of fired up out there. Love to see that fire. Now here comes catcher number 6, Lily Ferguson. Lily is a .297 hitter with 30 RBIs. Looking to make it 31 with runners on the corners and 1 out. Bluffed the bunt. Coe steals cleanly without a throw. Stayed in there for a strike. You'd love to see Ferguson settle in here. Plant one out into this green grass. Here's the pitch from Lindsay. Goes ball high and outside. Makes the count 1-1. The rain has been away from our area, holding steady at 78 degrees here on Memorial Day. Lindsay sets, gets the signal. Wind up, pitch. Hammered out towards the left. It's going to be foul, out of play, just by about a foot into the fence out there. That would have been an incredible catch had Ratliff been able to get out there to that. Kind of dangerous as well. Brings the count to 1-2 after the foul ball. Ferguson with a lot of power in her bat. Good eye, makes the count 2-2. Overcast at the moment, but no rain clouds in sight. Here's 2-2. Goes ball 3-2, just a hair up and out of the zone. Ferguson's going to dig in for the payoff. Lindsay sets, throws, pops up, foul out of play. Way to battle there for your senior. Something to keep in mind is that your seniors here finished high school already. Thursday was their last day. So all these senior kids out here. That's a grounder towards short. Is she going to beat the throw? Oh, she threw home, and Smith slides in there, breaks up the throw. The play at the plate. Jones chose to throw to Brooks. Nice work there by your senior, Chloe Smith, getting under it.
The first baseman, number 25, Presley West.
And your Lady Cats now lead this one 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Brooks was over the top of the plate, so there was a slight collision, but not enough of one to warrant any kind of meeting from the umpires. Ferguson does move on up to second after the ball got past the catcher, Jordan Brooks, at home. And now Presley West looking at a 1-0 count after the ball. 2-0. Now Presley, the first baseman, second on the team in RBIs with 40 total on the season. Here's the pitch. Ball high, looking at a 3-0 count to West. Piper West, the 7th grader, on deck. First base is open at the moment. Presley's dug in there, and she's going to take. Oh, I was with you, Presley. I thought that was ball 4, but that does get called a strike. That would have been the highest and most inside point of a strike zone. Here's the pitch, and that's ball 4. Bases loaded, one away. Go on third, Ferguson on second, West on first, with Piper West coming up to bat. And head coach of the Lady Raiders, Jennifer Brooks, is going to come out and have a discussion with her infield and her pitcher. With the Lady Cats ahead right now, 1-0. What a big moment that this is right now for both teams. Being early in the game, you don't want to get down mentally too much. The Lady Cats, by record and by the numbers, have been the better team, but with each team winning one game at their homes. Now, infield is really in right now on Piper West, expecting a possible bunt as Coe is set. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Piper West, a capable hitter with .323 on the season. Here's the pitch. Pops that one up to the shortstop, and everybody stays put. Looked like it went off the inside part of the bat. A wobbler. Right to her. And now here comes third baseman, number 3, Kylie Scott. Scott stepping to the plate right now in a huge moment. .225 hitter with 10 RBIs on the season. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-0 lead. Plenty of speed on second and third, too, if she can find some green grass. Takes ball 1 high. What a moment this would be for the junior if she can feel the base hit. Set up in the center of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Takes ball 2 high. Nice work by the junior. Good eye. Kylie gets in and sets. Here's the pitch from Lindsay. Oh, a dribbler right to Lindsay, the pitcher, and she underhands it to the first baseman, Gidcombe, for out number 3. What
Please do not sit on the walls in the
great work there by Lindsay to just give up one in that bases-loaded jam. That is big-time work there by the defense for Warren East. We'll come back and see if your Lady Cats can keep the momentum when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for Franklin-Simpson Wildcats athletics. And right now we're in the opening round of the 4th region tournament at the home of the Western Kentucky University Lady Toppers softball complex. Heading into the top of the second inning, your Lady Cats put up 1 on the board there in the bottom of the second, stranding 3 on base. But they do lead the Warren East Lady Raiders 1-0. And now here comes pitcher number 10, Tristan Lindsay, a .299 hitter with 23 RBI, facing off against Hester Blankenberg. Hester getting the start here tonight instead of Piper West. Throws ball 1 low in the zone. Gets the signal. Blankenberg is set. Wind up. Pitch. Ball 2 low and inside. There in the bottom of the first inning, Chloe Smith, after a walk, comes all the way around and scores after Lily Ferguson's grounder to third. There's a play at the plate, but the throw not in time. Here's the pitch. Low in the zone. Again, making it a 3-0 count. Blankenberg to the opposing pitcher, Tristan Lindsay. Lindsay with a couple of walks there. Four straight balls from Blankenberg for an opening walk. The Lady Cats went 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first. Now we're going to walk 1 here to open up the top of the second. Ferguson's going to come out and have a little chat with her 8th grade pitcher.
The third baseman, number 8,
Hester.
Kinley Barrett.
Not your typical 8th grader. Tall, athletic young lady. Now, here's third baseman number 8, Kinley Barrick, a .321 hitter with 19 RBIs for the right-hander. Shows bunt, lays it down. Oh, and the throw. The bunt laid down to Blankenberg, and the throw over to first, not in time. Hits the ground, and Addie Shelton fields it well. But Barrick beats out the throw. That's a bang-bang play right there. And now here comes center fielder number 3, Brooklyn Neville. Neville, a .250 hitter with 13 RBIs. Runner in scoring position. Lays down a bunt again as well. Fielded by Scott. Throws it over to first. Nice work by Shelton to get there and cover yet again for out number 1. With runners now on second and third.
The designated player, number 14.
Warren East getting some movement on the bases now. Back-to-back bunts after an opening walk. Now here comes the designated player, number 4, Ada Childress. Right-handed hitter as well. Here's the pitch from Blankenberg. Goes ball 1 inside. little bit of a change in turf here as the home of the Hilltoppers have a dirt and grass field as opposed to the turf that we are used to. Here's the pitch from Blankenberg. Swings through. Strike one. Fans at that one. Does Childress. Warren East with the black top jerseys. Some yellow and white outlines and the blue numerals. Fans at that one. Strike two. Nice work by the 8th grader to be unfazed by the base runners. Looking for a strikeout here against Childress. 1-2 is the count. One away. Runners on second and third still here in the top of the second. Reaches out there and just gets the ball on that one. Fouled off. Count remains at 1-2. Great crowd here right now. I know we've all been concerned with the rain. No rain in the forecast moving forward for the rest of the evening. As Childress digs in. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Battling now is Childress. Gets in on the plate a little bit. As Blankenberg sets up outside, does. And that's a base hit out into center field. One run's for sure going to score. And they hold the next one at third. Not going to test the arm of Jaden Coe this time, and we've got a 1-1 tie ball game. The pitcher, Tristan Lindsay, comes around to score. Now here comes right fielder, number 7, Layla Gosnell. Gosnell, a .333 hitter with 2 RBIs. 1 out, and runners on the corners for the left-handed hitter. Getting the signal from Coach Cottle are the Lady Cats. First and third are in right now. Shows bunt, lays it down, fouled off back towards Ferguson. Possible squeeze at home. Gosnell an outfielder, so ideally, probably with some speed. So if she can lay down the bunt, Lady Cats pulled back is the bunt. Going to make it 1-1 now. Runners stayed put over on first. Here's the pitch, shows bunt, lays it down. Run's going to come in and score. Out at first in time. Nice work there by Kinley Barrick. Flying in from third, not even going to give the Lady Cats an opportunity to make a play at home. And the Raiders now lead it 2-1 here at the top of the second. Left fielder number 28, Emery Ratliff, a .228 hitter with 5 RBIs for the lefty, stepping into the batter's box now with a runner out on second in scoring position. Wind up and pitch from Blankenberg, ball high. Got one of those bats, yet again, looks like an Alani can. Orange at the top, fades to pink, then into teal. I don't know what flavor that is. Strike one after the opening ball. Ratliff is set. Here's the pitch from Blankenberg. Goes ball high again. Whew, that one scared me a little bit. That one nearly popped out of the glove of Ferguson behind the plate. Snow cone that one a little bit. 2-1 is the count. Gets a signal. Wind up, pitch. Low and away for ball 3. Going to bring in a 3-1 hitters count now. Keeping Childress honest back there a second. They do attempt a little pickoff, but she's back safe. Here's the pitch. Swings through over the top of that one. bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the second, with Warren East now leading it 2-1 over your Lady Cats. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder to second baseman Addie Shelton. She fires it over Presley West for out number 3, and your Lady Cats are out of it. And Warren East strands one on base. We'll see if your Lady Cats can get the bats warmed up when we return back to Western Kentucky University for the 4th regional tournament. We return live on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Bottom of the second inning here at Western Kentucky University, home of the Lady Toppers softball complex. Ansley Holland leading off. Takes ball just a little bit outside. Ansley, freshman for your Lady Cats, plays left field majority of the time. Hitting .257 with 15 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. Pops one out towards center field. Center fielder Neville underneath it, tracked it cleanly. That's out number 1. Now here comes right fielder number 9, Sloan Anderson, who's really been coming on here as of late for the 8th grader. Hitting just under the Mendoza line, a couple RBIs on the season. Been swinging the bat pretty well. Tall right-hander. Sends one to short, second baseman, pardon me, Autumn Brooks, and she fields it cleanly, sends it over to Gidcombe for out number 2. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down. To the top of the lineup now for your Lady Cats in Chloe Smith. She walked in the leadoff spot. Her state record, 51 walks on the season. Sets up in the batter's box. Here's the pitch from Lindsay. Takes strike 1. Bends down, gets a little bit of dirt on the hand. Getting some of that sweat cleaned up. As Chloe digs in, backs up off the plate just a little bit this time. Here's the pitch. That pitch just a little bit off the plate outside. Ball 1. 1-1 is the count now after a quick 2 up, 2 down. Lindsay sets. Here's the pitch. That one off the plate again, making this ball 2. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Warren East leading your Lady Cats 2-1 at 10 after 6 here on Memorial Day. The 4th region. Opening round. Takes strike 2. I'd like to have had an ABS call on that one. A little low in the zone for Chloe. 2-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Pop foul back into the net. Count remains at 2-2. Once again, I'd like to say good luck to your baseball Wildcats, getting set to throw their first pitch, I believe, in about 20 minutes. That's ball 3 outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Drawing the ire of the Warren East fan base, but ladies and gentlemen, that was outside. Here's the payoff. Swings through and she fans at it and strikes out Chloe Smith. Only her 8th strikeout of the season. That right there you better enjoy it while it lasts because it doesn't happen often. Score remains 2-1, Warren East leading when we head into the top of the third, and we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast. Accidents happen in a split second, but the repair doesn't have to be a headache. At Eaton Collision in Franklin, we bring your car back to life with expert repairs and a flawless finish. We'll work directly with your insurance company to make the process quick, easy, and hassle-free for you. From dents to major damage, trust Eaton Collision to get you back on the road fast.
Heading into the top of the third inning here at Western Kentucky University's home of the Hilltoppers, Lady Topper Softball Complex. And we've got a pitching change for your Lady Cats. Heading into the top of the third, we're moving to 7th grader Piper West. Piper has thrown 99 and 2/3 innings with a 2.81 earned run average, 80 strikeouts and 23 walks on the team with an 8-4 win-loss record, 2 saves through 9 starts. Here's the pitch. I disagree. She went. It was close, but I think she went. Ball 1. Now, by the numbers, Piper has had the better season in comparison to other pitchers on the Lady Cats lineup. Here's the pitch. Popped up towards right center field. Jaden Coe calling everybody off, and she squeezes it for out number 1. Tracking that one cleanly. Moving to her left.
Number 1, Jordan Brooks.
Now second batter here in the Warren East lineup. It's going to be catcher number 1, Jordan Brooks. Brooks, that lefty with all that speed that we discussed in her opening at-bat. Catching for the Raiders here tonight, 492 hitter. Slap hitter, grounded out to short in her previous at-bat. Pop foul towards the Lady Cat dugout that time. Brooks does not miss with the bat very often. Gets in a little tighter on the plate this time. West sets. Lays down the beautiful bunt. Scott fields it cleanly, fires over to first, not in time. Brooks is just too fast, man, too fast. Swung through at her first one, then bunts the second one. I don't think the Lady Cats really anticipated her laying down the bunt, even though Kylie Scott got a great jump on it coming in from third. Now here comes Autumn Brooks, second baseman. Here's the pitch. Brooks does not take off. Ferguson behind the plate was ready for it, though. This ball went high. Now your new pitcher, West, sets with the signal. Here's the pitch. The bunt pushed foul towards the Raiders dugout. Trying to move the runner right now with 1 out. Pitcher Tristan Lindsay on deck at the moment. Brooks is set. Wind up and the pitch. Shows bunt, pulls it back and hits it foul. Bluffing the bunt in order to, I believe, try to have a little bit of gamesmanship, mind games with the 7th grade pitcher. That they ought to know she's thrown right at 100 innings on the season. Not really going to mess with her too much. Pop foul back here towards us in the booth. It's going to roll back towards Ferguson. Brooks getting some coaching there from head coach Jennifer Brooks. Wouldn't be shocked if there's relation there between Autumn and Jordan Brooks. Warren East has got two fantastic players. Takes ball inside. Runner is going to go as it gets to be a pass ball. The first pass ball here of this fourth round opening matchup. Count moves 2-2 now. One away. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a base hit out towards left field, just getting past the shortstop, Chloe Smith. Holland fields it cleanly, right there, basically on the edge of the grass. And Brooks moves from second to third.
Number 10, Tristan Lindsay.
Now here's the pitcher, Tristan Lindsay, who got things going in the top of the second with a walk. He scored one of those two runs. Runner goes, no throw down to third. Gonna give up that steal. Just let him have that because Brooks over on third easily could have made it home. Ball one. Here's the pitch. Swings through. Strike one. Piper West ready. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. Gonna make it a 1-2 count. Runners on second and third. Warren East threatening to score yet again, trying to expand upon their 2-1 lead. Lady Cats defense set up in their usual positions. Kylie Scott in a little on third. Strike three, ring up the 93rd strikeout. 81st, sorry. Feels like 100 for Piper West. Nice work, young lady, settling in there. Now here comes Kinley Barrick, the third baseman. Swings through, strike one. 321 hitter with 19 RBIs, trying to make it 20 right now with two away. Runners remain on third. Fouled off. It's going to make it an 0-2 count now. Monday, May 25th, Memorial Day. Always a day to celebrate the memory of our fallen soldiers. Fouled off yet again. Count's going to remain at 0-2 with two away here in the top of the third inning. Warren East trying to expand on their lead with Brooks and Brooks on second and third. Opening two hits. Here's the pitch. Woo, that's a pretty good looking pitch right there. Just a hair high in the zone. An eyelash is what I'll call it. Piper West getting the signal from the dugout. Piper sets now. Here's the pitch. Swings through, fans another one. Out number 3. Piped for her second strikeout of the game. Nice work by the 7th grader. And your Lady Cats are going to come to the dugout now with an opportunity to warm up those bats and try to get back in this one with Warren East leading 2-1 right here on 92.3 WFKN.
No matter your game, Franklin Bank & Trust equips you for success.
They're going fast, $20 each, cash or bid loan. One thrower sold out, we are completely out of shirts. Thank you.
Heading into the bottom of the third inning. Right here at Western Kentucky University's home of the Lady Toppers softball complex in the opening round of the 4th region tournament. Warren East currently leading your Lady Cats 2-1 as Addie Shelton, second baseman number 2, gets set to lead off here for your Lady Cats. A .357 hitter with 29 RBIs. Takes ball 1. We've seen Addie in multiple big-time situations for the Lady Cats throughout the season. Juniors had a great year, hitting and fielding. Ball just up and out of the zone right there for ball 2 from Tristan Lindsay. Lindsay's just given up 1 hit so far. Make that 2. As Addie Shelton drives one out past the second baseman, Brooks, into center field.
Number 17, Jaden Coe.
Now here comes center fielder number 17, Jaden Coe. Coe, a .331 hitter with 29 RBIs. 1 for 1. One of those hits that the Lady Cats have in this matchup. Here's the pitch. Low and inside to Coe. Shelton sets on first. That one goes away, and there goes Shelton easily and cleanly to second. That one flew out of the hand of Lindsay, way back up high into the net. That one definitely slipped. As Coe digs in. Here's the pitch. Another ball. Making it a 3-0 to Coe. I love it when things naturally rhyme. Just makes me smile. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. 4 straight balls to center fielder Coe. And here comes Lily Ferguson. Ferguson with the infield hit that was ruled an error there in the bottom of the first. For the play at home that scored Chloe Smith. Showing the bunt. Oh, fouled off. Shelton retreating from third back to second. So runners on first and second right now for the Lady Cats, and nobody on base. Here's the pitch. Popped up high infield. Catcher Brooks tracking, squeezes it for out number 1. Getting a little bit of payback there as Brooks behind the plate for Ferguson, doing the same to her in the top of the first inning. But here comes Presley West. Takes strike 1. Everybody stays put on first and second with Shelton and Coe. Now Presley West, certainly a dangerous hitter with runners in scoring position, hitting .319 with 40 RBIs. Strike 2. Taking 2 strikes. Second one, a little questionable, but the first one looked to be good. West digs in now with 1 away. Here's the pitch. Goes ball outside. Lindsay, basically a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk pitcher with 52 strikeouts on the season. That's a grounder towards third. She's going to step on first as Barrick, and then throws it away to first. And there goes West towards third. Coe coming home. Tie ball game. After the throwing error, Presley West ends up on third. And hear that Franklin-Simpson faithful come alive. Second error of the game here for the Raiders is certainly a costly one.
Number 13, Piper West.
Had the throw been on target, West would have been out at first. What a great play by Barrick at third. Piper West up to bat now, trying to help her cause take strike one with 2 away in a 2-2 ball game. Runner on third. Here's the pitch. One. Hit out towards center field. Is he going to get down? Base hit, Piper West. She drives one home in Presley West, and now we're looking at a 3-2 Lady Cat lead. Piper West is going to get Alina Ortiz on to run for her as she's pitching. Nice work there by Piper West. That's a moment and a memory she'll never forget for the 8th grader. Base hit out to center field here at the home of the Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers softball complex.
Number 3, Kylie Scott.
Now here comes Kylie Scott. Digs in. Takes ball one a little inside. Here's the pitch. Strike one. 1-1 count now to the third baseman, number 3, Kylie Scott. Here's the pitch. Ball high. 3 balls, no strikes now to Kylie Scott. Be taken all the way right here, I would imagine, from Lindsay. Nope, 2-1, pardon me. Here's the pitch. Goes over her head, and Ortiz goes and slides into second. Nice work there by Ortiz. Heads up running, nobody hardly covering for Warren East, but Brooks gets there in time to get ahead of the throw. Catches Warren East asleep at the wheel on that steal. 3-1 is the count now. Here's the pitch. Ball 4 high. She's going to make her way down to first. And here comes the freshman, Ainsley Holland. Holland, that 257 hitter with 15 RBIs. If she can find some green grass herself, that would certainly move Ortiz with an opportunity to come home. Pops up to the shortstop, Jones, and that's out number 3. But not before your Lady Cats do some damage and put up 2 more runs right here, and now leading it in the opening round of the 4th region tournament. 3-2 as we head into the top of the 4th when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters with Picture This Travel on Facebook. Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FSHS graduates. Travel together, make new memories, and celebrate the Wildcat spirit worldwide. For more information, follow me, Julie Walters with Picture This Travel on Facebook. Ready to see the world without the stress of planning? At Picture This Travel, we specialize in creating unforgettable travel experiences, tailored just for you. And now we're excited to launch Franklin-Simpson Alumni Travel. Imagine exploring incredible destinations across the globe, side by side with fellow FNA.
Fourth inning. Here at the home of the Hilltoppers. Piper West in now, on in relief. She came in the top of the third inning. Recorded 2 strikeouts. Brooklyn Neville lines one out just foul at the right field line. Neville, the center fielder, number 3, hits .250 with 13 RBIs. There in the bottom of the third, an error by Kinley Barrick over on third, scores 1 for your Lady Cats, and then on that throwing error, she made her way all the way over to first base as Jaden Coe came in to score. There's a strike, making it a 1-2 count for Piper West. Piper, a very accomplished strikeout pitcher, 80 on the season. 82 now after the last inning. Here's the pitch. Popped up towards right field. Sloan Anderson's underneath it, squeezes it nicely for out number 1. Nice work by the 8th grader. Now here comes number 14, Ada Childress. Childress with the hit that scored Tristan Lindsay in the top of the second. Got things really moving around the bases. Here's the pitch. Popped one foul there. Made an 0-1 count with 1 away. Just a little half past the hour, 6:33. Here's the pitch. Goes ball high. Childress ready to swing on that one, laid off the high heat. Getting good coaching from Jennifer Brooks out on third. 1-1 is the count now. Here's the pitch. Popped up into foul territory, going to get down before Scott or Ferguson can get there. Piper West getting the signal. This count moves 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, and nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Playing underneath the lights now, basically. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Second baseman Addie Shelton's underneath it. Squeezes it for out number 2. Lady Cats with some momentum right now, offensively as well as defensively. Now here comes right fielder number 7, Layla Gosnell. Gosnell, a .333 hitter. Hits lefty. Third baseman Kylie Scott is in towards the plate, as well as Presley West over on first. Here's the pitch. Swings through, fans at that one for strike 1. West sets, here's the throw. Low and away for ball 1. Moves up in the batter's box this time, does Gosnell. Here's the pitch. Pops that one foul. The count's going to move. 1-2. West working really nicely, getting ahead in the count so far here in this top of the 4th inning. Left fielder Emery Ratliff in the on-deck circle for the Raiders. Here's the pitch. Another one popped back into the net. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. No real row coming from either team here this evening out of their dugouts. Things have been strictly business. Here's the pitch. Goes out and outside in the zone. Going to go for ball 2 now. As West sets. Here's the pitch. Swings through, fans another one. Strikeout 3, out 3 for Piper West. Piped, as I like to say. Now your Lady Cats head into the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to warm up those bats and expand upon that 3-2 lead when we return live on 92.3 WFKN.
Well, we're right here. We're in town. If somebody has an issue, we're there either that day or the very next day. So we're able to get to it quick and fix whatever issues anybody has.
Better speeds. I feel like it's a lot more reliable. With other services, you might get interference during like the weather or something, and you might lose service and have to wait for it to dry out again or something like that. But with fiber, you won't ever have that issue just because it is glass, so you can't really, weather's not really going to affect it much unless like a tree tears it down or something. We provide the city and the county, so within city limits, and then most areas that Warren provides electric service to out in the county.
Welcome back in, everybody, to 92.3 WFKN, your home for Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats sports here at the home of the Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers softball complex. Autumn Brooks now on in relief for Warren East. Throws strike 1 to the leadoff, Sloan Anderson. Brooks by the numbers, Autumn Brooks, that is, number 25, top pitcher for East, as Anderson fouls one off towards Warren East's dugout, getting behind in the count, 0-2. 140 and a third innings with a 3.54 ERA. Fouls off another one. The 8th grader in there battling. .78 strikeouts to 34 walks. That's throws. Ball 1 low in the zone. 9-9 win-loss record on the season with 2 saves for the junior. As Anderson gets set back in, awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Swings through, and Brooks strikes out the first batter she sees.
Number 8, Chloe Smith.
Now here comes the senior, number 8, Chloe Smith. Chloe 0 for 1 in this one with a strikeout and a walk. Here in a big-time moment. Now, in the grand slam that Chloe had in that 15-11 win over Warren East at home in the bottom of the 6th inning, it came off of Autumn Brooks. So we'll see how Brooks attacks her, throwing ball 1. Sets. Pops up right behind first base, and does she hold on to it? She does. A falling catch by Gidcombe, the first baseman. As the now second baseman, Tristan Lindsay, was in behind her. I couldn't tell if they collided. It didn't look like it. It just looked like Gidcombe kind of fell over when she hit the grass and was able to hold on to it with her face mask even popping off over there on first. Now with 2 outs, here comes Addie Shelton, who got things going with a line drive base hit in the bottom of the 3rd. Takes strike 1. Lady Cats leading 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs and a 1-1 count to the junior Addie Shelton. Autumn Brooks coming in and doing good work for Warren East thus far. Here's the pitch. That one is lined towards right field, going to be foul ball. 1-2. Addie Shelton getting back into the batter's box, digging in. Lindsay's got the signal. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Good eye there by Shelton. 2-2. Brooks sets. Here's the pitch. Fouled off into the net. Put a lot of bat on that ball right there. That thing would have traveled a long way. Addie with 1 home run on the season, being a .357 hitter. 2-2. Here's the pitch. That one sent towards Lindsay at second. Can she beat it out? Not in time. Can Shelton get there? And so that's out number 3 here. And the Lady Cats go 3 up, 3 down here. Strand nobody, no errors. The score remains 3-2. And we'll return for the top of the 5th to see if your Lady Cats can continue their strong work on defense. Live on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. Probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Top 5 here at Western Kentucky University's Lady Topper Softball Complex in the opening round of the 4th region. And leading off here on the top of the 5th is going to be left fielder number 28, Emery Ratliff, for Warren East Lady Raiders, a .298 hitter. As she slaps one towards short, Chloe Smith trying to make a throw on the run and could not get it out of her glove in time. Gave us a surprise little slap hit right there, coming out of the left-hander batter's box.
Number 11, Kaylee Jones.
I think they're going to count that one as an infield hit. Yep, absolutely they are. Now here comes shortstop number 11, Kaylee Jones, the .452 hitter. Showing bunt. Left it out there. It gets past Lily Ferguson. Runner moves to second. Called a ball, but man, she left the bat out there for quite some time. Not sure if I agree with that call, but moving forward. Runner on second now. 1-0 count with none away to the lead off in terms of the lineup order. Lays the bunt down that time to Piper West. She fields it cleanly, sends it over to Addie Shelton. Runner advances to third. Shelton does a phenomenal job coming from second over to first to cover those bunts. There comes the catcher, number 1, Jordan Brooks, that .492 hitter. Very dangerous situation right here. Wouldn't be the least bit shocked to see her lay down a bunt as Kylie Scott's about halfway down the third base line already. Here's the pitch. Tries to hit it over Ansley Holland's head and retreating. She fields it, throws it in. Runner does tag and score and ties up the ball game 3 runs apiece as Warren East faithful have come alive. Rousing cheers on that one. Here comes the now relief pitcher, Autumn Brooks. Brooks, the .383 hitter, with nobody on now and 2 away after the sacrifice fly from Jordan Brooks. West throws strike one, showing bunt, but pulling back, popping up, not in foul territory really. And Lily Ferguson, I think she stepped on the bat, but still able to hold her balance and score it, or squeeze it for out number 3. I'm going to hang out with you through this break this time. That is the 3rd out, but let's have a little recap of where we're at here. Now Chloe Smith scored in the bottom of the 1st after Lily Ferguson grounded to 3rd, which they called an error, which third baseman Barrett threw home, not in time. Then Franklin-Simpson went 3 up, 3 down in the 2nd. Then in the 3rd, Presley West hits 1 to 3rd and catches the lead runner, does Barrick, and then a throwing error over towards 1st, scores Co. Presley West made her way all the way around to 3rd. And then your now relief pitcher, Piper West, knocks in another one and brings Presley West home. Now that's how we ended up at 3 runs for your Lady Cats. Warren East scored 1 on a base hit from Childress, bunted 1 home, and they've done a little more work with the bats, 2 more hits, but those 2 errors have costed them big time. Jaden Coe leading off here, swings through strike 1 from Brooks. Lily Ferguson in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Ball 1, low and away. Coe walked in her previous at-bat. 331 hitter. Hits towards right field. Looks like it's going to travel foul, and it does. Bring the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seemingly always with a dirty uniform is Jaden Coe. Coe digs in. Here's the pitch from Brooks. Low and away for ball 2. 2-2 is the count. Brooks sets. Here's the pitch. High and inside to bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. If I didn't know any better, I'd expect Brooks to make her work for this one. Put it somewhere near the plate. Here's the pitch. Sent. Base hit out into right field. Coe runs through 1st. Her 2nd hit of the game.
Number 6, Lily Ferguson.
Now here comes Lily Ferguson. The senior right-handed hitter. Going to be a dual sport athlete playing softball as well as soccer when she goes to Lindsey Wilson University next season. Takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball 1 low, and Coe goes to 2nd in there cleanly on the pass ball. Discussion out there on the field between Brooks and all of the infield for Warren East. Those kids, they do communicate very clearly and nicely. Hits her on the elbow. And now, Lady Cats in business with runners on 1st and 2nd. Coe and Ferguson, and nobody out in a 3-3 tie game. And Presley West stepping into the batter's box. It's a stat I continue to go over, 40 RBIs on the season for the sophomore. Takes strike 1. something I can appreciate about the Warren East catcher, Jordan Brooks. After a strike, she fires it right back to the pitcher, trying to keep them in motion and in momentum. Check swing goes foul. Came high and tight on West. And gets Brooks ahead in the count, 0-2. West gets in a little tighter on the plate this time. Goes ball one, low and away. Trying to get the sophomore to chase. She stays put. Runners remain on first and second. Here's the 1-2. Goes ball high to West. Going to bring it 2-2 in this tie ball game at the bottom of the fifth. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on what's been a very fast-paced game thus far. We're just an hour into it, and in the bottom of the fifth inning already. Ooh, Brooks throws down to first to Gidcombe and nearly catches Ferguson asleep at the wheel over there, but she gets back in time. I think she kind of gave the shoo a little bit of a reaction herself there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff. Popped foul into the net. Way to battle there, Presley. Now let's line it out a little bit. Try to bring another one home and break up this tie. These two teams just, they play against each other. So difficult to see either team get ahead, except for early on when we were Franklin-Simpson. Here's the payoff again. That's a chopper over the head of Brooks, and booted by Jones, the shortstop. That's going to bring bases loaded. Warren East heading into the 5th inning had a 10-2 lead against Franklin-Simpson at the home of the Lady Cats. When the Lady Cats put up 7 runs and made it a 10-9 game. Then in the top of the 6th, Piper takes strike 1. An RBI single in her last at-bat. In the top of the 6th at home, Warren East scored 1 more to make it an 11-9 game, and then the Lady Cats came back and capped that one off with a grand slam in the bottom of the 6th inning. As West takes ball 1. Bases loaded, no outs right now. What a huge moment this is for the Lady Cats. Popped foul. Made it a 1-2 count. Right now, you've got Piper West, Kylie Scott, and then Ansley Holland with an opportunity, seemingly, to hit with nobody out. And the bases loaded. Got to capitalize on this situation. Swings through at some high and outside heat, and Autumn Brooks has another strikeout, her second. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. And here comes Kylie Scott. Big opportunity for the junior, will be senior. Here's the pitch. Takes ball 1 up high. The Warren East infield, with the exception of the second baseman, in tight towards home plate. Here's the pitch. Swung through and fouled off towards Warren East dugout and make it strike 1. Jammed her up on that one. Brooks sets. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Way to battle in there, Kylie. You've seen what she's got. Now let's straighten one out. 1-2 is the count. 1 away. Bases juiced for the Lady Cats. Brooks sets. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Strong work from the junior. See the 36-0 South Warren Spartans awaiting their turn to play here after this game. Here's the pitch. Oh, swings through and fouled it off and caught by Brooks. Oh, I think she just got completely stunned on that pitch. Came big time off speed. Was way ahead of that one. Now here comes the freshman, Ansley Holland, the 257 hitter with 15 RBIs and 2 outs. What a huge out that this would be for Warren East. Takes strike 1. The Lady Cats get the bases loaded with no outs. Now Warren East recorded the last 2. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. And Holland finds herself behind 0-2 in the count. What a huge out this would be for Warren East. What a huge hit this would be for the Lady Cats. Who will come out ahead? Here's the pitch. Ball 1 low and away. Ansley digs back in there in the right-hand side of the batter's box. Brooks sets. Here it comes. Grounder towards short. And it's kicked by Lily Ferguson, and that's going to be the 3rd out. Ferguson can't get ahead of the ball and kicks it, and that's going to be out number 3. And the Lady Cats strand 3 with a major opportunity missed right there with the bases loaded and 3 outs. And nobody out, pardon me. And the count, the score, that got my tongue tied, man. Whew. The score remained a 3-3 tie after 5 innings heading into the top of the 6th. We'll take a 30-second break this time, and we'll be right back with you live on 92.3 WFKN.
My favorite thing about working here is getting to serve the community and help people with their electric and their fiber internet.
We're local, so we live and work right here in Franklin, so taking care of our neighbors isn't just business, it's personal. Fiber means faster, more reliable internet for work, school, and entertainment without lag or buffering.
It's more than power and fiber, it's about peace of mind.
We're not just an electric company, we're neighbors.
Heading into the top of the 6th inning. All tied up here at the opening round of the 4th Region Tournament. 3-3, your Lady Cats taking on the Warren East Lady Raiders. Did you expect anything less than the game that we're getting right here? My goodness, what a missed opportunity there for your Lady Cats. They strand 3 with nobody out, and then Warren East able to record the next 3 outs. Man, that was a difficult one. And now here comes second baseman after she opened up this game starting, number 10, Tristan Lindsay. She was the starting pitcher for the Lady Raiders. 299 hitter with 23 RBIs. She's going to open it up here in the top of the 6th inning. Takes strike 1 from Piper West. Here's the pitch. Low and away there to Lindsay this time. 1-1 is the count. Lindsay is 0 for 1 here this evening. Here's the pitch. Popped foul. One-two now to Piper West. Piper getting ahead in this one. She's going to be a joy to watch here at Franklin-Simpson over the incoming years. Part of that crew of really young players. Popped foul again into the stands. Lindsay gets a signal from her coach. West gets it out on the mound. 1-2, nobody out, as this is the leadoff here in the top of the sixth. Goes ball high, making it a 2-2 count. Went off speed that time. Did Piper West. Piper with 3 strikeouts here this evening. Coming on in the top of the third inning. Ring up another one, piped. Her 4th strikeout of the evening. And now here comes third baseman number 8, Kinley Barrick. Barrick's a .321 hitter with 19 RBIs on the season. Not really much wind to speak of. Hey, shout out to the Bowling Green Fire Department. Sitting out there up atop their ladder, taking in some 4th region. Strike 1 to Barrick, taking in some 4th region softball. Hope you fellas get to hang out and enjoy the game. This one coming up as well. Here's the pitch. Chopper towards third, goes foul. And West gets ahead 0-2 to Barrick. Barrick gets back into the batter's box now. West has got the signal. Here's the windup and the pitch. Goes just outside by an eyelash, making it ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Second hitter in the lineup for Warren East here in the top of the 6th inning. Infield in. Here's the pitch. Ooh, thunder with that one as it came high. Count moves 2-2. One of the most fun things here about the Lady Topper softball complex is how you got the parking garage right out there past left field. That's going to go towards center field. Jake drops it on the diving catch attempt. Off her glove and off her shoulder. Got a great jump on it, just unable to keep it in the glove.
Scott.
Gonna call that one an error. Really? Man, it's a line shot out there. Thankful that Jaden looks like she's okay. Another one sent out to center. Jaden scoop. Oh, throw it to first. Nearly doubles her up. That one popped out of Jaden's glove, and she bare hand catches it that time and then throws it to first as Barrick found herself in no man's land halfway between first and second. Sorry, my inner fandom right there comes out. Nearly guns her down at first, but 2 outs now to Childress. Action slows down a little bit as West gets the signal. Here's the windup and the pitch. The grounder towards Smith. She's going to field it cleanly and over to West at first for out number 3. Your Lady Cats do their jobs out there in the field, and the score remains 3-3 as they're going to warm up those bats heading into the bottom of the 6th inning and try to retake the lead again here in the opening round of the 4th Region Tournament. We'll return live here in a moment on 92.3 WFKN.
So as far as preventative maintenance, to keep outages at a minimum, one thing that we do is pole inspections. So we'll drive across the system, we'll dig out around the bottoms of the pole, see if there's anything rotten, we'll check the pole's integrity in general. So as you can see now, we're changing out some wire on some poles that we have recently changed out. As they age, they start to crack or rot at the bottom, so we try to stay ahead of those types of outages. probably the neatest part of working here. So working in the community that I live in and grew up in, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from that. You know, if there is an outage, there's a good chance that you're restoring power, maybe to a family member, a friend, your preacher, something like that. So just being able to help and serve the people that you know, that's a good feeling.
Heading into the bottom of the 6th, all knotted up at 3 apiece in the opening round of the 4th Regional Girls Softball Tournament here at the home of the Lady Toppers. Got a little tongue-tied yet again here, my goodness. The excitement getting to me. Sloan Anderson leading off here. She pops one up on the infield, and is she going to beat out the throw? She does! The pitcher, Brooks, couldn't get to it, waited for Lindsay, and Lindsay can't turn it over to first. In time, and Anderson runs it out. And now, this is her moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a smile on my face. Here comes Chloe Smith. Hitless in this one. 3-3 tie, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1, low and away. Brooks, not afraid to pitch to Chloe Smith. 0-1, 1 on. Bottom of the 6th. This is where she did it last time. Here's the pitch. Low and away. What a moment this is for the senior Chloe Smith. Here's the pitch. Swings through. That one went away from the bat. Gets behind 1-2 in the count. Hitless so far this evening. A walk to open things up in the bottom of the 1st, pardon me. 1-2, nobody out, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Popped foul into the Warren East dugout. Count remains 1-2. Chloe, a .433 hitter with 45 RBIs on the season, 51 walks, and 11 home runs. I'd like to see her send one out to the firemen out in right center field. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder right back to Brooks. Runner does advance. She does enough right there to advance the runner. Nice work there by Smith. And here comes second baseman, Addie Shelton. One away, runner on second in scoring position. Here's the right fielder, Anderson. Takes ball 1 high. Brooks sets. Here's the pitch. Could be foul ball. Nice jump on that one by first baseman for Warren East, Gidcombe. Made a great play on the ball, just couldn't get there fast enough. Made a great catch. That was kind of in no man's land between first and second. Three-quarter out against Chloe Smith, I do believe, a couple innings ago. Showing off the glove here this evening is Gidcombe. Here's the pitch. Another one popped foul there by Addie Shelton. These two teams, man, they just fight it out against one another. Here's the pitch. Ball low. Brings the count 2-2. Drawing the ire of the Warren East fan base. Still out there on second is Anderson. Fights off the inside pitch there. Going foul. Count remains at 2-2 to number 2. Here in this 3-3 tie in the bottom of the 6th inning. At 11 past the hour, 7-11. In the opening round of the 4th Region Tournament. Here's the pitch from Brooks. Ball 3 inside. Warren East didn't like it again. Coming from the furthest point of seating in the softball complex here. Here's the pitch. That is ball 4, and Addie Shelton takes her base. That one was much closer than the last pitch, if I'm being honest with you. Now here comes Jaden Coe. Coe allegedly recording the only error of the evening in the previous inning for the Lady Cats. Here's the pitch. Takes ball 1 inside from Brooks. Coe's had a very nice game so far. Here's the pitch. That's a grounder right back at Brooks, and they're going to take the lead off a runner. Lily Ferguson coming up to bat now. With 2 away. Base hit out to right center field. Addie Shelton's rounding third. She's going to score one for the Lady Cats. Jaden Coe sliding into third. The senior, Lily Ferguson, delivers, making it a 4-3 lead for your Lady Cats. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Lindsey Wilson commit records her 31st RBI on the season. Now here comes Presley West with runners on the corners and 2 away. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1 down Main Street. Brooks sets. Here's the pitch. Sent out to left field. Another run's going to score. Presley West delivers her 41st RBI of the season. A 2-out rally from your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats to make it a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here comes the pitcher, Piper West. An RBI earlier in this one. Very capable hitter is the 7th grader. Here's the pitch. Takes ball 1 high and outside. Runners on first and second is Ferguson and West with 2 outs. Talk about delivering in big moments. Pop foul. Is Gidcombe going to get there? And she drops it. Pops out of her glove. I tell you what, Ferguson was home by the time it fell out of her glove. She was moving from second around third. My goodness. She was on the move. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Ball. 1-1 now. Everybody stays put. Here's the pitch. Jones making a leaping catch over the shoulder. That's a great play there by the shortstop, Kaylee Jones from Warren East. I'm just going to stay with you through this break here right now. Your Lady Cats delivering in the bottom of the 6th inning, 2 runs and breaking up that tie ball game. And now they are 3 outs away from moving on to the next round of this 4th region tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had ourselves a ball ball game so far. I've been so excited to call this one. It's been a great time here at the home of the Western Kentucky University Lady Toppers here at their softball complex. Thank you to WKU for hosting us here on 92.3 WFKN. It's been a great time. Thank you to everyone who's listening, whether you're listening on 923 FM or 923 WFKN app or 923WFKN.com, or if you're joining us on Franklin-Simpson Channel 9. Hey, a little birdie told me that your Wildcats were leading Monroe County in the bottom of the third 3-0 in their opening round game. Both of our teams will play tomorrow night at 7:30 if they win. Still a lot of game to be played here with another inning to go. I'm told it's 4-0 now. Wildcats leading. What a game we've had here tonight. Bottom of the third inning over there at the Nick Dennis Field. And I do want to just take a moment here as Layla Gosnell gets set to come to the plate for Warren East. This has been year 4 for me here with WFKN and Franklin-Simpson Channel 9 covering these Lady Cats on the softball field, and I've gotten to see Lily Ferguson and Chloe Smith and all these kids out here. I speak on those two in particular because they're our seniors. Come out here and play and just have the time of their lives, and we've had so much fun as Gosnell swings at strike 1. And I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in and supported, and I know that a lot of you go back home and watch the replay of this. Parents of the team, and I'm just having fun rooting on your kids. Here's the pitch. Goes high and tight for ball 1. Gosnell sets back in. Up a little more in the batter's box this time. Here's the pitch. Fouled off into the net. His count moves 1-2. Following her will be left fielder number 28, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Emery Ratliff. As she pops one up, it's into shallow left field, and Holland squeezes it, runs underneath it. Traveled a long way, did the freshman, to squeeze that out.
Number 48, Emery Ratliff.
And here comes the left fielder, Ratliff. Ratliff, a .298 hitter with 5 RBIs on the season. Left-handed hitter. Had an infield hit in her last at-bat towards the shortstop, Chloe Smith. Let's see if she tries that again. Chopper right out West. She squeezes it and throws it over to West at first for out number 2. Your Lady Cats are 1 out away from advancing to the second round of the 4th region tournament. More than likely to probably take on the 36-0. Probably going to make it 37-0 South Warren Lady Spartans. Number 1 team, not in the state, in the nation, in all the United States. An unbelievable squad that is. Jones swings through. Jones recorded the final out there in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fans at strike 1. Fouled off, going to make it 0-2. Down to her final strike on their final out here in the top of the 7th inning. Lady Cats trying to win their first regional game in over 4 years. Here's the pitch. Whoa, that's this far off the plate. I don't know if you can't see me right now, but I'm giving you an inch right there, and that was a ball. I agree with the umpire. I know everybody here wanted to see that one. Popped up towards shallow center field. Can she get there? Running, diving catch is Addie Shelton. And your Lady Cats are advancing to the second round. A near Willie Mays catch from the second baseman. I told you, man, she comes through in big moments. And there's Addie Shelton doing it again. Congratulations to the opponent Warren East Lady Raiders on a fantastic season. But your Lady Cats come through in the big moments and score 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning and make a huge win and dreams coming true for your Franklin-Simpson Lady Cats, and they win the rubber match and make it 2 out of 3 this season against Warren East. Congratulations to your Lady Cats. I'm told that your Wildcats now lead it 5-0 in the top of the 4th inning. We'll try our best to keep you updated on that one through our social media as much as we can. But wow, congratulations, head coach Todd Cottle, your staff, these seniors, all of our fans, everybody at home. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Cody Schuler. Thank you to my producer, Kendra, back in studio. And just congratulations, ladies. We'll be right back here tomorrow night, I do believe, at the home of the Lady Toppers, I think, to see this Lady Cats softball team take on another one, which we anticipate the South Warren Lady Spartans. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll catch you tomorrow night one way or another, whether it's the Wildcats or the Lady Cats, right here on 92.3 WFKN. Thanks, Kendra. Oh, hey, I think Dale wants us to cover Lady Cats tomorrow night.